Hi friends. Yesterday I had a call from Miss Amy Hart. All of our preteens know Miss Amy and a lot of our kids know Miss Amy, and she has the best ideas. And she said she was running around her neighborhood and she was thinking about our cross, our living cross that we usually have out for Easter, that we all bring flowers to, and how much she was going to be missing that. And she thought about how badly some of us really needed that living cross and that reminder that Jesus has risen. So she was wondering about how we could build small living crosses that we could put in our yards, and we could invite our neighbors, since we're all walking around so much, to add their own flowers to that living cross. And I was thinking about that and praying about that and how we could be a part of it. And I knew I didn't have time to make 10 or 15 or 20 living crosses, but I had time to make 1 or 2. And so I started to think about the things that I had, because I know that the Luginbills are pretty handy and we have a lot of stuff around here and a lot of things to work with and a lot of tools to work with. And then I started to think about our families that maybe aren't and maybe don't have that many things to work with. So I took some chicken wire, and I only have a little bit left because it's from my garden that I made this past year. And so I wanted to make a really easy light cross. And so I took the chicken wire and look, I cut it with some tin snips, some wire snips, and I just formed it into, kind of made it a round tube-like structure and just folded it back onto itself. And you may, kids, you'll probably need an adult to help you with this. Adults, just be really careful when you do this. You might want to use gloves. I didn't, but I have pretty rough hands. So I made a tube, and then I cut another piece the same width, and I bent the edges back. I don't know if you can see that, but I bent the edges back so that it would be a shorter piece. So this would be my cross piece. And then I trimmed the middle. I just cut the middle and then bent it back a little bit. And my plan is I'm gonna put the middle piece, so I bent it to form the cross. And then I'm just gonna take the wire and I'm gonna just kind of stick it on there and fold that wire back onto itself, just bending it and forming it back so that it'll hold. I mean, really, if we put it out maybe today or tomorrow and start inviting our neighbors to participate, really it needs to hold for a couple of days. So there's kind of the premise. And then you can see how I did the oval part. The tube, I mean. I just turned it over, and then I'm just bending the wire so that it catches onto itself. And I'll finish that up later, but to make a tube. Just like that. And then you can stick this in your yard and invite people. And I think I might even ask Grayton. Look, it's not even quite exactly the same, but it's okay because I made it. So I think I'm going to invite Grayton to make a sign that says, "He is risen. Please add your flowers to our living cross," out of cardboard, and I might lean that to the bottom of it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a stick, cut it at an angle and stick that into the ground and just put that on top of the mop, so then it'll stand up. And I might see how long I can make it, so it's kind of got that. So chicken wire cross, so you can have your living cross. So you could do this. And don't forget, you've got to invite your neighbors to participate with that. And then also maybe it'll be a time for a conversation. You could ask them. If you don't have anywhere to worship, go to llumc.org and you can worship with us online. So, living cross, invite your neighbors to participate with, because I know that we have a neighbor down the street. She's got so many beautiful flowers. I bet she would be happy to bring some of those over. So the other part I thought is, what if you don't have chicken wire or you don't have tools like this? What could you do? Pretty sure most houses have a pool noodle, because pool noodles are the greatest invention ever. So I just grabbed this pool noodle. I took a blade and I cut, I don't know if you can see the indentation that I cut, and I just cut pieces out a little bit at a time until my pool noodle that I cut to make the cross pieces fit into that. And then all I'm gonna do is, you could take some string or some wire, and I'm just gonna wrap that around just like that, and to make the cross. And then I thought I'm gonna cut pieces on this just by sticking it in, where you could put flowers in. And And then I thought, man, they're kind of hard to see. So I'll take this Sharpie and I'll mark the cuts with Sharpie. And again, I think I'm gonna have Grayton make a sign for me that says, please participate in our living cross. Just put flowers in the cuts that are marked with black Sharpie. And also I'll just tell them when I am outside and I see my neighbors. And again, I'll just find something, I think maybe even a paint stick. I could put this on a paint stick and stick that into the ground, and I could have my living cross. So I'm inviting you, if you have ideas, to share them with somebody, because maybe one of us together we can think of a way to make this idea happen. So thank you, Miss Amy Hart, for this great idea, and I hope that you make your own living cross, and I know we would love to see them. So please email them to us. You can email kids@llumc.org pictures of your own living cross, or just put it right on our Facebook, on our kids' Facebook or on our Lovers Lane Facebook, because I know we would love to see your living crosses. We love you, and don't forget, He is risen.